Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and having a fantastic week. So today's look is based upon some horror movies, those usual horror movie tropes where you have the jock, the nerd, and the funny guy that come in and to play in the horror movie. But my all-time favorite now is the final girl, as you see Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode in Halloween, and also Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott in Scream, and now my all-time favorite from Terrifier 2 as Sienna, the wonderful Lauren Lavera. So who are some of your favorite final girls? Let me know in the comments below, and let's just go ahead and get into the makeup. To begin, I'm using clear liquid latex to create wounds and scars into the face, scratches. I'm doing this because I'm going to peel those and put in some scab blood, because scab blood will continue to make it look fresh but a little bit older than the running blood that I'm going to have later on throughout the look. I use clear liquid latex for most of my looks, and I do have a description of that in the link below. Also, if you use that link and purchase it through Amazon, you will be supporting the channel, so please check that out. Before the liquid latex dries, I create a void. This is an opportunity to punch through the skin, and if I don't want to punch through the skin, I have a little bit of a pocket to hold scab blood. Using a dampened beauty blender in my everyday foundation, I'm going for that no makeup look, that girl next door. And the difference between the blender sponge and the brush, you see me go back and forth with both. The blender sponge allows you to push the product and melt it into the skin, more of a flawless look. It also allows you to build up coverage, where a brush tends to leave it on the skin a little bit more opaque. So those are the reasons why I kept it to more of a skin-like texture for that everyday girl next door look. Placing powder and locking that into place. I'm using a neutral eyeshadow. With a fluffy brush, I go in and push that up toward the brow bone and a little bit into the crease, the light shade of bone, and I go in with a deeper color and I just darken in the crease, buffing that in so there is no harsh lines. The eyeshadow I'm using today is from Smashbox. It is the Minimalist palette. For added dimension, I'm deepening up the outer corner with a neutral brown from Makeup Revolution. Using a soft matte pink, I push that over to the eyelid using my finger because it will blend a lot easier than a brush. I also pick this color up and put it into the inner corners to brighten up my eye and also up into the brow bone. Using the same brown that I had on the outer crease, I push that up under the waterline because I am not using eyeliner today for this look. The mascara I'm using is the Loreal Lash Paradise. This formula, I find it gives you lengthening, but it will not increase the volume, still keeping it to that everyday girl next door look. It's also not waterproof, so it will transfer once I blink my eyes. Before the mascara dries, I do a quick blink, checking the transfer, and I blink one more time to get it onto the lower eye. The blush I'm using today is the LA Girl Just a Girl blushing powder. Just to add a little bit of color back to the face, I brush that over the bridge of the nose as well. There is no heavy contouring in this look. The lipstick I am using today comes from the Colourpop Luxe Liquid Lipstick. It is a blotting lipstick, so it will help with the fine lines and dry to matte. It is also a better version of my natural lip color. I break up the liquid latex around the lip. I go back through and define the scratches on my face. For the bruising today, I am using a eyeshadow from the Colourpop's Blue Moon palette and placing that along the cheekbone areas with a fluffy brush so I don't have harsh lines. And that's one thing I love about this look. You can have as much bruising as you want it to be. It is so fun just to play and create this look. And going in with a purple from the, again, Colourpop It's My Pleasure palette, and deepening in the bruises on the face. If you are interested in checking out some Colourpop eyeshadows, I do have a link in the description below of some of my favorites, so check that out. Making the wound on the forehead a little bit bigger, I punched through and stretched that latex even more. And with a little bit of purple eyeshadow, because that liquid latex is thin and it dries clear and I keep forgetting where I have it on my face, I just run a color through it so I can see it to add my homemade scab blood. I deepen in the scars and the wounds and the scratches onto the face, building it up slowly on a thin brush. All the blood work I'm using today I made in my kitchen, and I do have a tutorial for that on how to make 5 different bloods from edibles, stage, gel, scab, and zombie blood, so check that out if you want to save time and money and have your blood be custom to what you need. I continue to slowly build up that scab blood because I want it to come to the surface and be thick and chunky looking. I take a little bit of water on a brush because I want that mascara to be even more dramatic. I continue to play with the various amounts of water till I get the desired effect I'm looking for. This is the final girl. She's run for her life. She is sweaty. She's been through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want her to look like she's been through the ringer. I smudged at the other side, brushing my finger with water through the eyelashes and blinking and buffing that out up underneath the eye. It is time to get that bludgeon look, get that blood into the hairline. I am using my homemade blood in a squirt bottle so I have more control over where this runs onto the face. And a couple of squirts from the bottle into the hairline. I allow it to pull and run on its own. I just take my time and do it randomly because I want control, unless you're going for that Evil Dead 2013 where the girl is covered in complete blood. It's up to you how much blood you want to use. And taking that run, I tap my finger to stop it from running all the way down the face. This will give you more control where you can place it exactly where you need it to be. And I just randomly go throughout and make sure that I saturate most of the blonde highlights in my hair because that's where that blood's going to show up the most. My blood formula I create using dish detergent. This helps for cleanup around things like the hair and some of the clothes that you might wear, but it is not non-staining. They do make non-staining red dye. You can find that with Crayola or poster dye, but I find it's a lot easier to find food coloring. If you're going to be in this look for a long period of time, like at a costume party or for Halloween, I recommend that in order to make your hair look sweaty, that you use hair conditioner or Vaseline to achieve that look. Today, I'm just using water because I'm not going to be in this look for a long period of time. I often reuse containers and spray bottles when I find one that I like. This one came from Walmart. This was a spray blood, but it came in a one-line stream, so it gives me more control. So I reuse it and add my own blood into the container, and I take that blood and get it onto the back of my hands, and with a little bit more scar wax I go in and make the hairline chunkier. I make the nosebleed a little bit chunky, and I mash that up and move it around where I want more of the saturation to be. I get more blood right into the middle of the part of the hairline, and I continue just to work this till I achieve the look that I want. I like do it looks like this. I want something on my channel for everyone, so full costume to something that you can make very simple. Eyeshadow, a little bit of blood, some lipstick and some mascara, and a old shirt that you don't care that you get bloody to go out into this look is what I was going for. So I want there to be a lot of more quick looks for Halloween, so you can have something even if you don't feel like buying a full costume. I want there to be an affordable, very achievable, beginner friendly look. As you can see, this is random blood everywhere with a little bit of makeup, so I hope you enjoyed this look today. Thank you for hanging out with me, and if you'd like to see sneak peeks, behind the scenes footage, or vote on my next look, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Those links are below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!